Alright, hello everybody. Today, just hanging out in the woods again a little bit. We had some rain move through last night, so I thought it'd be just a little bit of a good day to demonstrate how batoning with a knife. It's not really meant to like clear forested lands and build houses with, but it's a way that you can get to dry wood when you build a fire. And also, may break it out into a separate video. I don't know, we'll see. But I've got a new kind of fire starter I wanted to try. And it's just a gorgeous day here and out enjoying the fresh air and running around with the dog. So let me get to the knife part and then we'll get to the fire part. Alright, we're gonna cut some wood and baton a piece or two. Anyway, a couple knives. Picked up an Ontario SB2 survival knife. It's a version of their Air Force survival knife, but it's got a rubber or Kryton synthetic handle. Still has the saw blade on the top. Now this isn't really a saw blade that you would actually saw wood with. It's really designed for cutting through plexiglass or aluminum aircraft skin. So anyway, the neat thing about this knife, I won't bring it up to the camera, but it's a second. I got it for like $18 or something. So that was a deal. And a decent sheath. I may do a little bit more of a review on that. And then a knife I did do a tabletop on, the Uncle Henry, Mini Pro Hunter, and we'll take a look at this little knife and do some batoning with it. So anyway, I'm right next to we had a tree come down next to the pasture. It's a poplar. It's not all that dead, but gonna be using that wood to work with a little bit, and just wanted to show a couple things. It's always a good idea when you're working with knives and banging on stuff. A pair of gloves will save you a lot of bumps, scrapes, maybe a cut, and keep your hands in good shape when you're in the outdoors. So even on some of this, it's still kind of green, so it's a little hard to work with. Not necessarily the best firewood, but just a demonstration of processing a little bit. Got a piece for a baton. And there we go, a little piece of wood. Put in my to be used pile. Come back around. Well, I showed how this can cut. I'll move that out of the way. Here's the Mini Pro Hunter, right? Little knife. What can you do with that? And there we go. That's another little piece. We'll try and cut it right here. So what I'm trying to do, if I wasn't clear, is simulate like when you're out camping or hiking and want to have a fire, and even like I said, this wood's a little bit green, but you want to have a fire and everything is just drenched. A good reason to baton is that allows you to get to the drier wood in the center of the piece of wood you're working with. So even this little knife, for getting to dry wood on the interior of what you cut, it does all right. And there we go. So even though I can't remember the blade length on this, I think it's under 3 inches. Um, just a little knife. Also helps to have the lanyard. You can just let it dangle. But even just for processing a little bit of wood to get a fire going, even with a small knife, you can baton away with it. So that's just a little quick demonstration for getting some wood processed, and we'll go over and work on starting a fire with a new brand of fire starter. Got a little bit of a fire ring put together. We had some rain that moved through yesterday, and the ground's a little wet, so it's sandy ground. So I put a layer of small sticks down on the base. But I'm over here in a little patch of woods off the corner of a horse pasture, and I got a little bit of wind coming through, and I've been wanting to try these Baddest Bee fire fuses. So once again, Baddest Bee from Epiphany Outdoor Gear. I've seen videos. They're the ones they make a little metal tube that you use to blow through to help get your fires going. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, I don't own one, but I admit it, I got suckered on the name Baddest Bee fire fuses. And a couple other things. I'll get around down here. One of the main claims that they make is they're supposed to be windproof. So we're going to find out, because I got some wind moving this way towards the camera, and want to see if that's true. For lighting the Baddest Bee fire fuse, I'm going to use a peanut lighter, my Numis lighter. This lighter, I don't know whether it's just mine or peanut lighters in general, but it's a little susceptible to getting blown out by wind. I got a little bit of a windbreak here. I'm just trying to get a small fire started. In bad conditions, one of my fire starting choices, I admit I'm not the greatest bushcrafter, so if it's really wet and stuff, this is an Esbit square, but trioxane works for me. The other claim they make on the Baddest Bee, like natural ingredients, I think beeswax, maybe olive oil or something, so ecologically friendly. Apparently they sell to the military too. So you can feel good about starting a fire in the environment. But I can tell you, I have been so cold, or I have been so wet, or I have been so cold and wet in past times of my life, that if they sold a small nuclear reactor that I could carry around with me to start a fire, I would do it. Even if it had all sorts of warnings about radiation, I've been that cold before. So, not quite that extreme here in the southeast. And if you can use something that's good for the environment and functions well, I think you should. So let me get this prepped. Now these are, about a 3-inch length, the fuses, and you're supposed to cut them in half, and I cut one in half before coming here. And then you turn an end into about the size of a cotton ball. You fluff it out. So I don't use too many cotton balls, but I guess that's about it. And there it goes. Seems to be burning well. I've got some dried bark there. Got some tinder. And where I didn't fluff it out, I fluffed out about half of it. It's still burning down there. And I got some pine here. Oops. So now the rest of my kindling's catching, so it only took a moment. So once again, this is the Baddest Bee fire starter. So thanks for watching this little demonstration. I'm kind of glad I got suckered into a marketing ploy. So it is made in the USA, environmentally friendly. So anyway, thanks for watching. Always check your six. Hey, I'm gonna continue something else with these Baddest Bee fire starters while I'm letting the kindling burn down, waiting for it to burn down. Anyway, on that little fire, you're supposed to use half a Baddest Bee fuse, pull it apart. I got to thinking maybe couldn't see real well what I was doing on camera down here, so I'll come up But okay, so the fuse starts out like that, and then you pull it apart, make it fluffy, and then what I'm going to do, sorry about all the shenanigans with the camera, but what I'm going to do is use an Exotac Nano Striker, and see if I can light one with a ferro rod. And I know, if I could carry a mini propane torch with me, well, you can. There's little butane torches, but a lot of people do like to use ferro rods, so I'll see if I can't strike this. And one strike, that's all it took. So, well, that one dies down, this one flares up. And I'm not the best with a ferro rod. So, that's a testament to one of two things, or maybe both. Either I was real lucky getting something lit on the first strike off a mini or a nano striker, or those Baddest Bees. Fire fuses really are a pretty good piece of kit to have. It don't want to hold the, comes in a plastic tube that they are a little bit moist, so I don't know if you unpackage them, and like I have a little bit of a fire kit here. Of course you could wrap them up in something, but don't know if you take them out of the tube that they package them in, if they would lose their effectiveness over time. But anyway, just another example of the fire fuse. And looks like that fire is dying down. I can get it buried and let the fuse burn down. And once again, thanks for watching.